Point Ricardo.
Listen up, we're our friends. We cannot hang out with negative people and expect to live a positive life. As most successful people say, show me your friends and I will show you your future. Peer pressure has been a big issue in today's life. We all seen it, experienced it, or forced it. According to the website coolspot.gov, peer pressure said that friends have a big influence in our lives, but sometimes they push us to do things we may not want to. Unless we want to get affected by this, we have to learn how to handle it. I can relate to this because I've seen peer pressure, I've experienced peer pressure, and I also forced it. This does not mean I'm a bad person, because peer pressure can also be a positive thing. Peer pressure should not be seen, should not have such negative results. It should also be influenced in a positive way. So today I will be discussing about the problems with peer pressure, what causes peer pressure, and how we can solve this. So first, let's talk about the problems with peer pressure. According to the article on Test Fonda, extreme peer pressure may lead you to follow what your peers feel right. Alright, so pretty much we're not living on our own choices. We're living on the choices our peers make around us. We tend not to say anything, but yet we want to fit in with our group. This is the second problem. This leads to the second problem would be, according to the theory by Elizabeth Noel Newman, the spiral of silence. That means people are afraid to speak up against to say their opinions in public. Pretty much, we stay quiet against our peers because we do not want to be criticized or be isolated from that group. We all want to fit in. So now that I discussed the problems with peer pressure, let's move on to our second point, which is what causes peer pressure. What causes these problems? So according to the article, peer pressure from Paradigm News, we'll use an example that a mother receives a phone call from her daughter's school. Her daughter, they were saying that the daughter was harassing another child. The daughter tells the mother, well, all the other girls were doing it, and I didn't want to be left out. This caused her to react, to turn into a positive way, but she went to a negative impact because she did not want to be left out of the group. She wanted to fit in with the rest of them. So another cause would be from, again, the spiral of silence. We do not like to speak up against public opinion. So, according to the book, Peer Pressure, Deal with It Without Losing Your Cool, Elaine Slavens uses a story of five girls going to the mall, and one of the girls that's been saving up for a pair of jeans, she picks them up, and the other girls like, ew, they're so out of fashion, and then everyone starts laughing. Apparently the girl is embarrassed from this, so she puts the jeans back, and then she puts the jeans back from embarrassment. She did not want to be criticized from her point of view. She did not want to be left out. She did not speak up and say she's living on her friend's opinion, not her own. So so now that I discussed the causes of peer pressure, let's move on how we can solve this. The first solution is according to the Articles of School Universe, know the difference between right or wrong. So I'll use an example. If we see our friends, if we have five closest friends, we see them jumping off the roof, we are not going to join them or tell them, try to see who could go the farthest or hit the closest bush. We're obviously going to peer pressure in a positive way, peer pressure to calm down and not have such negative minds. We're gonna peer pressure them in a positive way, telling them they still have a future ahead of them. So second solution would be critically reflect, even if they are our friends. Good start would be, has anyone heard of Art Linkletter? So pretty much saying, Art Linkletter, all you need to know is three things about him. He's rich, TV personnel, and he's rich. So he was called by his best friend, telling him to meet him in the middle of nowhere. So he goes. Apparently he was mad because he had to travel far. So then his best friend was peer pressuring him, saying, join me in this thing that I want to do. But Art Linkletter says, no, I know what you want. You want his money. But his best friend was like, no, I just want you to be a part of what I'm doing. But Art Linkletter refused and he left, walked away. 5 years later, Art Linkletter was interviewed saying, what is the biggest regret, the biggest mistake you have done in your life? And Art Linkletter pretty much shared that story with them. And he said, it was the day when I walked away from my best friend, Walt Disney. So now he did not know what was positive peer pressure and what was negative. He did not know if Walt Disney was pressuring to join in a good request or not. So now that I discussed how to solve peer pressure, how to solve these problems and causes, let's wrap up things. So first I discussed about the problems of peer pressure, which is from isolation to fitting in. And second, I discussed the causes, which is the spiral silence and fitting in again. and finally, I explained how we could solve this by showing you guys how we can influence someone in a positive way. So keep in mind, peer pressure should not be shown in a negative way. It's their lives. Let them do them. Like I don't know, by the end of I don't know if you noticed my shirt, it says listen up, but you have the choice to listen to me. It's your choice. You listen or not. Take your own advice. Thank you.